Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. I manage 11 countries in Eastern Southern Africa. There's a lot of potential for agriculture in Kenya, even for the youth. But really our systems, our policies and our regulations are really not favoring agriculture. Milk, we're drinking milk from Uganda.
Why is that?
It's the policies. 40% of Kenyans are facing starvation as it is.
Right now?
Yes. All is not lost because we're in Africa. We need to step up as Africa and really work towards transforming whatever we produce into what we can use. The other interesting challenge that I'm having is I work for the pesticide industry. Right now, people want clean food.
Yeah.
They do not want food with pesticides.
Everyone is going organic.
Everyone is going organic.
Hi guys, welcome to Authentic Mama Goma. I hope you're well. I hope your mental health is in check. And if it's not, I've got you. As always, how many times will I tell you that? So, if you're new here, this is a platform that informs, enlightens, and entertains. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back here week after week. To all women out there, happy International Women's Day. On today's episode of The Great and Is, we have a woman in leadership and agriculture. How fun! I mean, our lands are fertile in Africa and in Kenya especially. So, we're going to get to know her. Welcome to Authentic Mama Goma.
Thank you.
What's your name? Introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Evelyn Lusenaka. I work for an organization called CropLife Africa Middle East. I'm the regional director for Eastern Southern Africa. I manage 11 countries in Eastern Southern Africa, and basically I work for the pesticide industry.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I've been doing this for the past, this is going to be my 16th year.
16th year.
Yes. Right from school, even during my internship, if now we count the internship, that might make it around 18 years or so. And I've been really, it's an industry that is really, really interesting for me, very dynamic, very good exposure. I have very good exposure with different countries. I've really, really traveled in Kenya, traveled around Eastern Southern Africa. Yes.
So what's the influence of technology in our agriculture generally?
Now, agriculture is one of the industries that's really, really growing, really metamorphosing, because we're having very new innovations and technologies coming in. We find that to really assist the farmer to be able to produce where we are, the innovators are coming up with issues, technologies like drones to really apply the chemicals, for example, precision agriculture where we are using robots, for example, to really, yes, so robots are really becoming an in thing, not in Africa yet, but we're seeing that it's really transformation, which will get to Africa soon. But we are having, like, drone technology has really come up in Africa. We're having issues of using mobile phones to be able to diagnose pests and diseases, to be able to know how the weather is going to be.
How do you do that?
So some of the technologies that have come in, right, where you use a phone, you take a picture of a pest, you send it online, and it will come up and tell you what the problem is, what you can use to diagnose that or to control the particular pest that you're getting.
Oh, that's cool. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's really exciting what is coming up in the industry, and really the manufacturers, there's constant research and development into making things much better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, if the agricultural industry is really growing, what is keeping the youths from actually getting there?
Now, I'll speak, for example, because I'm in Kenya and I really am very familiar with the agriculture industry in Kenya. We find that there's a lot of potential for agriculture in Kenya, even for the youth. But really our systems, our policies and our regulations are really not favoring agriculture.
Really?
Yeah. I always tell people that agriculture is not for the faint-hearted. It's very, when you see a farmer, you really know that farmer has gone through a lot. And so when the youth in the rural areas see maybe how their parents are going through a lot of struggles to be able to produce, when they're able to produce, they're not able to sell, then it really sort of deters them from going into the industry, to the market. But one thing is that the youth need to understand, you don't need to be on the farm to be an agriculturalist.
Okay.
There's a lot of potential in agriculture, either in production. You can go to beekeeping, that's agriculture. Fish farming, that's agriculture. Beef farming, goat farming, camel farming, all that is part of agriculture. You can go into transforming the produce. For example, you've seen dried mangoes in the market nowadays. You can go into transforming into juices, things like that. So there's a lot. You don't need to be in the farm to be really involved in that agriculture, but there's a lot of potential in agriculture. It's just that it has not been tapped, and our policies, as I said, are really not encouraging not only the youth, but any investors even into agriculture right now.
So we need to work on our policy making as a country generally.
Yes, it's Kenya is an agricultural country.
Yeah.
24% of our GDP is from agriculture. It was once it still is one of the highest foreign exchange earner in Kenya, and it employs over 80% directly or indirectly.
Okay.
But right now, as it is, I'll give you examples. This morning, I was reading about a lot of influx of eggs from Uganda. The eggs we're eating right now, most of it is from Uganda. Much, much cheaper than eggs that are being produced, for example, here in Kiambu.
Oh.
Yes. Milk, we're drinking milk from Uganda.
Why is that?
It's the policies, it's the tax regime in Kenya. We are not, for example, Tanzania, Uganda, our neighbors are giving subsidies, are giving tax holidays for farmers. So that their inputs are cheaper, the cost of production goes lower, and they're able to produce. But right now here in Kenya, the tax, for example, of inputs is very high.
Yeah.
So if you go the same input you buy in Tanzania and you buy in Kenya, the price difference is so big.
It's huge.
So yeah, onions, the ones we're eating. If you go to the supermarket, the oranges we buy, the apples we buy, none of them is from Kenya. Yes. We come to the maize. We're importing maize now. We have all the rice.
Food.
Yes, all the rice we are eating in Kenya is imported.
So where is our food going to? Is it being
We are
exported?
not producing.
At all?
We are not producing as a country. Farmers have really been discouraged. We were once the biggest coffee producers, but all the coffee plantations have been cut down to accommodate housing. Yes, so we cannot have that. Sugarcane, we were once one of the big producers of sugarcane in Africa, but now what has happened? Our farmers have cut down the sugarcane because there's no market for sugarcane. We are not manufacturing sugar in Kenya anymore because we're importing the sugar that we have.
Right now, let's talk about food security. In case things went south, how would we deal with the situation in Kenya? And do we have enough food to sustain us in case of a famine? And is it nutritious? Because that's really important.
Yeah, you raise a very good question because 40% of Kenyans are facing starvation as it is.
Right now?
Yes. 35% of the children population in Kenya are malnourished. Yet we are an agricultural producing country. And the future for us in terms of food security is really, as I said, it goes hand in hand with agriculture. If our agriculture production is going lower, what is happening is that the population growth is going up, the land is becoming smaller, production areas are becoming limited. People who were once nomads, pastoralists, are now settling. And so there's really we don't find as many cows and people really investing in pastoralism as much. So, and then we are having, because of climate change, we are having emergence of pests. Of late you're hearing a lot about locusts.
Yeah.
We are having all these things coming in, and it's really, really showing a very, very sad future for us in terms of food security. All is not lost because we're in Africa, and one of the things when I talk about policies is that in 1984, all the heads of states met and declared that they will commit 10% of their public expenditure into agriculture. And in what we call a Malabo Declaration in Mozambique, all heads of state, 10%. In Kenya right now, we're doing only 3.4%.
And why is that?
Because we are investing more in infrastructure. We're investing more in building roads, building our airports, building everything. But what we're not investing now is in building agriculture, ensuring that we can offer subsidies, tax holidays for farmers. We are not ensuring that where the farmers produce, for example, in Taveta or inside Nyahururu or Nyandarua, that there are good roads for them to reach the market. We're not investing in that. We really need to start having that conversation in Kenya especially, even in Africa. Why Tanzania and Uganda are doing well is they still have vast land. They still have good fertile soils. They're still not investing maybe in houses and everything. So they're still doing well and they're really concentrating in agriculture. But here in Kenya, we are really shifting our thoughts towards now more in terms of technology and infrastructure at the expense of production.
Oh yeah, we need to strike a balance.
We need to strike a balance.
Well, how close are we to achieving the second sustainable development goal, zero hunger, in Kenya and in Africa? Because I mean, it sounds like our policy making system is quite good theoretically. Implementation is the problem.
Yes, we are not close, unfortunately. That is what I think. Maybe in other, because there are many other parts of the SDG, maybe some of them we are trying, some of them we are not. We devolved our governments in Kenya, for example. Devolution, or when it went to the county governments, the governors now concentrated on building the roads, building more buildings, and they killed agriculture. I know I used to go to some of the county offices of agriculture and they've closed. The extension people who used to do extension are no longer doing that. So we are relying now on aid. We are relying now on aid from aid agencies, but their priorities might be very different from our national priorities.
Speaking of aid, there's a woman called Dambisa Moyo. She mentioned that in Africa we have dead aid. How true is that in the sector of agriculture?
Maybe I need to understand what she meant by dead aid.
Dead aid. Okay, well, dead aid is that aid is coming to Africa, but it's not really helping Africa.
Just this week, I was listening to, I think it's a senator in the US, who was talking about that, who was saying you should stop giving aid to Africa.
Yeah.
You should stop handouts. We are so used to handouts. And I can tell you, for example, some countries I've gone to, they see only people coming in as aid givers. We need to stop giving Africans aid. We need to give them an environment where they can be able to harness and tap into the resources they have and grow themselves. But even us, anybody, when we are so used to somebody is going to take care of my needs, giving me aid every month, I will not work.
That's
true. That's the same thing with Africa. We have a lot of resources. I remember some time back, somebody asked me what I think is the biggest problem in Africa. And I said, Africa, we have everything, but we don't know we have it.
Is it that we don't know we have it, or
we don't know our potential?
We are selling it out?
Some of them are selling it out, but if we knew our potential, we will not sell it out.
Yeah, that's true. If we can tap into our creativity.
Yes, exactly. We have quite a lot. We have it all in Africa. And that is why even the West prefers to come to Africa to build their whatever it is they want to build. But whatever it is that comes in never stays in Africa.
It goes and it's sold back to us at a higher price.
At a higher price. For example, coffee. We produce coffee. All coffee, most of the coffee, the good quality coffee comes from Africa. It's taken to the West. They manufacture, they repack and everything. Then bring back the low quality to sell to us. They maintain the good quality to sell in their countries. We need to step up as Africa and really work towards transforming whatever we produce into what we can use. And by that we'll have grown our agriculture sector. Our farmers will produce because there's potential for transforming what they're producing. And therefore we are going to grow manufacturing, we're going to create jobs, and we're going to have food.
And generally the economy.
Yes. I don't know, maybe you might be young, but those days I remember some towns used to have big silos for maize, different produce, cereals and everything. Right now, those silos are empty. We don't have food. And that is why if you go to the supermarket, the price of food keeps going up. Yes.
So what challenges have you encountered as a leader in the agricultural sector? Especially in as much as I don't like to be gender biased, but you are a woman. We shall not ignore that fact.
And thank you for that. Yes.
What challenges have you faced?
First of all, as I said in the beginning, I work for the pesticide industry.
Mm-hmm.
The pesticide industry is male dominated.
It's male dominated.
Yeah, in the boardroom setup, you might end up being the only woman, or maybe you're just two. We are few.
Mm-hmm.
And because this industry has been viewed as a really chemicals, pesticides, it's been viewed as a male industry, dominated industry. So you really need to, and I also agree with you, we do not need to play the female card.
Yeah.
But you need to get your space. You need to earn your space in the boardroom. And by that meaning, you need to prove to everybody, but most important to yourself, that you can do it. And you can be able to sit down and articulate your issues, whatever it is that is facing the industry, you can be able to do it. Very good knowledge of the industry. And the other things is also issues of cultural differences. I've been in different countries. I work in 11 countries, but I've been to more countries within Africa. Cultural differences play a key role.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I always, right now, when we see Ethiopia going through all this Tigray, I was in Tigray 2019 for 2 weeks. And it is a very interesting interaction that you get to see. But to adjust to some cultural differences, to adjust to what they eat, to adjust to how you even interact with the people is also a big challenge.
But it's a learning opportunity.
It's a learning opportunity, and everything in life is a learning opportunity. And so the other interesting challenge that I'm having is I work for the pesticide industry. Right now, people want clean food.
Yeah.
They do not want food with pesticides.
Everyone is going organic.
Everyone is going organic. But here in Africa, we're in the tropics. Pests and diseases will always be there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you will need these products. You will definitely need this product. But how it's being viewed, how it's being interpreted by different people, then is now a big challenge for us, because we have also to really come out and strongly let the farmer know why they need some of these products. Even the public, that what we are bringing, we have done a lot of research and development to ensure we're bringing you very safe products, safe molecules. Yes, we are not killing you.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you for coming to Authentic Goma. You have enlightened me, let alone my viewers and our viewers.
I'm very passionate about what I do, and really,
you sound passionate.
Yes, and I really hope that girls out there can really think about going into sciences, agriculture. But going into agriculture alone is not enough. You need to really know what you want to do, because I've said agriculture is diverse, and there's a lot of potential for female, upcoming young girls in agriculture, but even the youth in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was interesting.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to Evelyn over here. She is in the agricultural sector as a leader. Happy International Women's Day. Can you let them know?
Happy International Women's Day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Please subscribe, like, and share. Tell them to do that.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.